Hello everyone. I wanted to spend some time today. I'll probably do 2 videos on how to create a cover for your book. Going into this, I'm going to pace this out to be very simple steps. I'm going to use a mock book that I would have created, but I'm going to start from A to Z how I think about this. When I think of doing a KDP book, obviously I want to grab the KDP template from Amazon itself. I want to always use Canva, and I want to always use the pro version of Canva just in case I want some pro elements. I know there are a lot of people who tell you to use the free version. The free version will only take you so far. You really need to get the pro version. So just go ahead and do that upgrade. Now, I created a book because I wanted to do a crime cryptogram, but I wanted to do a cryptogram that was inspired by famous British detectives of the past. So I came up with my own phrases and put these into a book creator here. Now, these phrases obviously came from ChatGPT, and then I reworded some of them. I do read all of these to make sure they are exactly how I want them to be. But as I told you in a prior video, a book creator is the best book creator tool that I have found. So it takes all of everything that I just inputted, puts it onto these puzzles. This is what the puzzle will look like. When it downloaded, the PDF was 220 pages. 220 pages is important because you'll need to plug that in to kdp.amazon.com/cover calculator. Here you can get the template for this, and you can also see the full wrap dimensions. However, this is just the foundation of what you need to get started. So the next thing to do is I love Ideogram. I know a lot of people are using Nano Banana, they're using Chat GPT. Chat looks hazy to me all the time. It's yellowish. To me, Nano Banana is great, but I pay for Ideogram and it's very consistent with what it delivers for me. So this is pretty much the structure of my prompts. I want a playful and mysterious book cover featuring the title and put the title in quotes. I want it bold, white font with subtle shadows. I then went on to say the font is inspired by. You could say whatever you want based on whatever book you're doing. And I wanted the background to be a cryptogram puzzle. So you'll see I just lined all this out and it gave me exactly what I needed. So let me show you what the download was. If I can get it here. There you go. So here is exactly what it created for me. Now, if you want to add your subtitle, you would just, after the title, then comma and say in just standard language, subtitle, start a quote, subtitle is whatever it is, end quote. Then I state, put the subtitle in smaller white font. And then sometimes I put noticeably smaller white font because you really want to get the subtitle font to be lower, extremely lower than your major title font. Okay, but this right here is great to work off of. So what I'm going to do now is go over here and I am going to put this in here. Now, a lot of times this is not going to fit exactly, so I'll show you the trick in Canva. So right here, I forgot to show you one of the best parts about this is when I did Canva new design, I plugged it in with this width and the height from the full cover dimensions that KDP gave me. So when you do your custom size for new design, make sure it's on inches, put in your exact parameters from the KDP cover calculator, then hit start design. So I started my design. I've plugged in all those dimensions. Now I want to make the background blend in with what I created from Ideogram. So I can simply go to photo colors here, pick black. I could click on the plus sign in the color wheel, grab my dropper to pick a color, this is what I normally do. And then you want to find the color that you think is most reflective to blend in. And it was that one. You see how I did that? I went to my color wheel here, dropper, and then found the color on the edge that's going to blend in and select it. And that's it. So I'm going to do this. And you always want to put your author name on the front. And let's just bring that down. And you can change that font here. Those cupcakes might be too fun. Let's see. Anton. League Spartan. Okay, League Spartan I like. And white's going to stand out. So then I place my black blurb over here. Duplicate. Say 200 mysterious cryptograms based on British detectives. See if you can uncover letters and full solutions are inside. So you do this, and you always put your logo down here and your website if you have one. That's just a must-have if you've got it. If you're just getting started, plan on it later. Now, what I want to do is bring in my template to make sure I've got this properly aligned and complete my spine. Okay, so you'll see this is what I downloaded. Yes, I know that I put in the dimensions, but I really want to mirror it up to the image that KDP is going to validate. So I put it on top of my design, take the transparency down, and I already see an issue. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to decrease this slightly. Slide this back up. Still needs to come down. Take it down from here. There you go. That looks a whole lot better. You see that? Now my test author, bring that up a little bit. Okay. Now I am ready to add on the spine. So the spine should contain your title, your author name. If you have room, it can contain more, like volume 1, volume 2, etc. I just want to put my title. So let me make this Anton's, or did I do League Spartan? I did League Spartan. Okay. Text. And then I do test author. Now, this is 34. 34 is going to be way too large. I just know that. So you're going to decrease it. We'll try 18 first. Then you take your little rotation tool here. Turn it 90 degrees. Now it hits 90. And there, that looks like it's there 100%. So I want to get rid of that. Okay. Now that looks like a really nice placement of the spine. It looks like it's in the center. And when I look over here, my cover is, inside the margins. Notice this red is where they're going to cut. When they print the book, this is where everything's going to be cut. So you really need to make sure you've got that bleed over. Covers will always have a bleed. You will not have to tell KDP that. They just expect it. Okay, so now I'm going to get rid of my PNG template. And this is the final one. When you download this, share, download, select PDF print, flatten this so nothing moves, it becomes one design, and you want to select CMYK. Again, this is another reason why you want the Pro version. This is going to be the best way to print the book, to have it flattened and CMYK. Then just hit download. Let me know if you have any questions.